Hello students, welcome back to my channel again. Today again I'm doing polynomial chapter class 10 exercise 2.3. So I'm doing question number 5. So I've written over here the question number 5. Give examples of polynomials p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x which are obviously presenting the general names. This is general notations. P of x means dividend polynomial, g of x means divisor polynomial, q of x means quotient polynomial, r of x means remainder polynomial, which satisfy the division algorithm. Division algorithm, that means p of x equals to g of x into q of x plus r of x. It's normal division process. Now you have to find out 3 different examples so that degree of the dividend polynomial will be degree of the quotient polynomial. Second one, degree of quotient polynomial will be degree of the remainder polynomial. And the third one will be degree of remainder polynomial, that is 0. So let's start. Now the solution is division algorithm for polynomials is, I have written it once so that you can recall the memory. P of x is equals to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where rx equals to 0 or degree of r of x less than degree of g of x. Now degree of p of x, number 1, question number 1, degree of p of x equals to degree of q of x. It means degree of the dividend equals to degree of the quotient. Now, the degree of the dividend and degree of quotient both can be equal only if the divisor is a constant. Now, let us look at this example that I have formed. P of x, that is dividend polynomial, is 3x cube minus x plus 4. G of x equals to 3. 3 means it's constant number. Now, when we are dividing this whole p of x divided by 3, then we are getting this process, right, like this. Okay, so just look at the process once. So after the process we are getting the remainder as 0, so that is rx equals to 0. Now our aim was to find out degree of px is equals to degree of qx. Now look at this, degree of px is 3, degree of qx is also 3. That means if we are dividing, means if we are getting a divisor which is constant, we will be getting always the degree of p of x and degree of q of x as equal, right? So this is the first question. Coming to the second option, that is degree of q of x is equals to degree of r of x. Now look at this example that I have given. P of x equals to x to the power 5 minus x square plus x, and the divisor polynomial I have taken as x cube. Now look at this divisional process. So x square only will be the quotient, and here the r of x is minus x square plus x. Now this quotient and this remainder both are quadratic polynomial. That means they both are of degree 2. So this was our question number 2. Coming to question number 3. Degree of rx we have to get as 0. That means rx is a constant. Now look at this example where p of x is 4x to the power 4 plus 8x square plus 9, and g of x is equals to x square plus 2. When we are dividing it, we are getting this type of quotient and this type of remainder polynomial. Now you can look at this, how I have formed it. You can see this portion, whatever I have written, is actually multiple of this one. So when we are dividing, this portion will be cancelled out anyhow, so the constant part will be left. So in this way you can form your own example for this question, and this is the clue. So Rx is a constant, That means degree of Rx is 0. So these three were the question number 5's 3 parts. Now coming to question number 4. Question number 4 is little bit easy. That is Px means the dividend polynomial given as this one, x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2. Q of x quotient polynomial given as x minus 2. Remainder polynomial given as minus 2x plus 4. We have to find out divisor polynomial. Now we know that by division algorithm that P of x is equals to Q of x plus into G of x plus R of x, and this is very obvious. You all know it. Now in this whole relation we know 3 parts and we have to find out the 4th one, which is unknown. And it is very easy to find out. I have done the whole process over here. So this is the process. You can check it out once. And finally we are getting gx is equals to this divided by x minus 2. This how we have got and this how we have got. We have taken this one in the left hand side and then we have just done the calculation for this. So we have got this and then we have just taken it under it, means the division. So it is gx. So when we are dividing that, we are getting the quotient as x square minus x plus 1. Just divisional process you have to look at once. And then g of x is equals to this one, which is the answer. So this was all about question number 4. Now on request, I know that exercise 2.4 is optional for your exam purpose, but still as students requested me to do question number 2 and question number 3 of it, so I have done it. Now question number 2 is find a cubic polynomial with the sum of the product of its zeros taken 2 at a time and the product of its zeros as this respectively. Now this sum of the product of its zeros taken 2 at a time and the product of its zeros, these all 3 relations I actually have done in the first session of polynomial chapter. You go, if you haven't checked it out yet, go and check it out once, my previous videos. Okay, so there you will be getting this one, cubic polynomials, relation between zeros and coefficients. Okay, so come to its solution. So let P of x, the polynomial, be as it is cubic polynomial, we are taking its standard form ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a not equals to 0. Now let cubic polynomial, so there will be 3 zeros and we are taking alpha, beta, gamma as its zeros. Now by relation between zeros and coefficients, these are the relations which I have done in the previous videos. So alpha plus beta plus gamma will be minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equals to c by a, alpha beta gamma is equals to minus d by a. Alpha plus beta plus gamma means sum of the zeros. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha means sum of the product of its zeros taken 2 at a time, and the product of the zeros means alpha beta gamma. So its 3 values are given as 2, minus 7 and minus 14. From this, if you are taking a's value as 1, we are fixing a's value as 1, then we can get b as minus 2, c as minus 7 and d as 14. So if a equals to 1, then we will be getting these 3 values of b, c and d. Now once we have got b, c, d and a's value, we can put it in the polynomial in place of a, b, c, d, and we are getting the final polynomial. And this is the answer. So this type of question, if it comes in the exam, normally it doesn't come, but if it comes in any competitive type of exams, then you can go through this idea once. Coming to question number 3 of exercise 2.4. The question is given like this, that p of x is x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 1. Its three zeros are given as a minus b, a and a plus b. You want to find out a and b's values. This is the question. So we are coming to the solution. As a, b, these are already used. So I have used in the standard form capital letters a, b, c, d. Okay. So if we are comparing these two polynomials, we are getting a's value as 1, capital B's value as minus 3, c as 1 and d as 1. Now just we have done that alpha plus beta plus gamma will be minus b by a. In capital I have written over here. So alpha means a minus b, beta means a and gamma means a plus b. We are just putting the values over here and we are getting minus for this. B's value is minus 3, so inside the bracket it's B's value minus 3 and divided by A's value 1, that means 1. We are getting B minus B and plus B cancelled out, so A, that means 3A is equals to 3 by 1. 3 means minus plus, so 3 by 1. So therefore A will be 1. Now once we have got A's value as 1, so we are getting alpha equals to 1 minus B, beta equals to 1 and gamma equals to 1 plus B. Like this I have written over here also. Now number 3 relation, just before this question we have discussed. Alpha, beta, gamma product of 3 zeros will be minus d by a. Minus d by a, d's value is 1, so it will be minus 1 by 1. Now these 3 will be multiplied and 1, that means that doesn't have any meaning here for the multiplication purpose. So 1 minus b and 1 plus b, this is a minus b into a plus b's formula, so it's 1 minus b square and that is equals to minus 1. Now if we are taking this minus 1 in the left hand side and b square to the right hand side, we are getting like this, 2 is equals to b square, that means b square equals to 2. So b square equals to 2 means b is equals to plus minus root 2. So therefore a is equals to 1 and b is equals to plus minus root 2 and this will be the answer. So students, I hope that you all have got these two questions and questions from exercise 2.3 as well. So this is all about today's session and thank you.